This is Dr. Neuhaus here today to talk to you about fifth metatarsal fractures. A fifth metatarsal fracture is a bad injury to have, depending on the type of fracture you have. The fifth metatarsal, let me back up. Metatarsals are the long bones in the middle of the foot. First metatarsal is behind the big toe on down, where the fifth metatarsal is behind the baby toe. There's a little bump that sticks out on the edge of the foot, right in the middle. That's called the fifth metatarsal base, or the tuberosity of the fifth metatarsal. This is a very common area to injure, especially with an ankle sprain. Oftentimes when people sprain their ankle, it's actually not the ankle that's injured, it can be the fifth metatarsal. This area is important to examine if you have an ankle sprain, because there's the peroneal tendons that come down around the side of the ankle, and one of the tendons attaches to the base of the fifth metatarsal. So when you sprain your ankle, your foot twists, the tendon pulls in an effort to stabilize the foot and keep it from rolling over. And in doing so, sometimes it will actually pull a piece of the bone off and break the bone. The tendon is very strong. It's a very strong attachment. It's very unusual to actually tear the tendon at that point. You can tear the tendon further up at the back of the ankle, but more commonly you will actually pull a piece of the bone off and the bone will snap right there. That's a avulsion fracture. You can also get what's called a Jones fracture, which is a little bit in front of that. There's kind of a weak spot where the bone will torque right at the joint level of the base of the fourth metatarsal. A doctor with the last name of Jones did a lot of research on this and discovered that this is a common area of the bone to fracture. It's kind of a weaker area. The blood supply is poorer in this area. If you have a Jones fracture, which is a few centimeters towards the front from the base of the fifth metatarsal, you will most likely need surgery, as this is an area that is difficult to heal in a simple cast. If it's completely broken through this area, a simple screw, sometimes a plate put in there, depending on the type of fracture, will be needed, and then you'll have to stay off of it because, like I said, the blood supply in this part of the bone is not good. Going further up the fifth metatarsal, people can get a shaft fracture or a fracture of the neck of the metatarsal. This is typically with a twisting motion of the foot, or maybe a car accident, some sort of traumatic injury people are going to sustain, where the shaft will twist and you'll get a spiral fracture. This typically can be treated in a cast as long as it's not displaced. You have a long fracture, a lot of room for the bone to heal. The blood supply is pretty good in this area. People do very well in even a walking cast, staying off of it for just a limited amount of time. If there is significant displacement, you will need a screw, sometimes wires, and in some cases we'll use a plate to surgically repair that. So fifth metatarsal fractures are something to be taken very seriously, as oftentimes they will require surgery. However, they can, depending on the location in the bone, be treated with a cast, and people do very well. So I hope that gives you a little bit more insight to a fifth metatarsal fracture. Again, if you've sustained a fracture or think you have, I urge you to go get it evaluated by your doctor. Any podiatrist will be able to identify a fifth metatarsal fracture and treat it appropriately.